So everything is fleeting. Nothing is permanent in this universe. It changes continuously. But know that all the forms are made of the same essence. If we could understand that essence, then our life makes sense. We won't get into this nonsense. White, black, Arabian, Jew, Hindu, Muslim, Spanish, American, this, that. How many divisions? In how many ways we separate ourselves? We do see the difference, yes. But is it necessary to emphasize the differences? Just the appearances? It may be good, and it is good in a way to have the differences. But without the knowledge of the basic oneness, the essential oneness, the differences would create problem. If we could keep the essential truth, the oneness in mind, and then function with the differences, we play games. We have fun. Is it understandable? That means we should have double vision. One, the essential reality. The other one, the superficial. You can call it nonsense. You can have fun with nonsense if you do not lose sight of the essence. If you miss the essence, then the nonsense really becomes nonsensical. It doesn't make any sense. The scriptures, I'm just quoting Hindu scriptures, they call it Paramarthika Satta. Sat. Sat means reality. Paramarthika Sat and Vyavakarika Sat. Paramarthikam is the absolute. Vyavakarikam for functioning sake. See? This is the reality in the universe for functioning. It is also real. Remember that, otherwise we cannot function. If this is not real, why should I sit here and why should you sit there? Just game. It's all part of the whole phenomena, whole show. The world has to go like that. The same essence puts this form, sits here, and the same essence puts those forms and sits there. Then I become the guru. Then you become all ignorant sinners. I say, if you don't listen to me, you will go to hell. Fine, have fun. But don't you really mean that? Really, in the absolute sense, you don't mean that. It's part of the world drama. So then what are we doing here? I'm just telling you that let's play the game, but remember the truth. Just the remembering, that's all we need. We don't need to be doing anything special. Do whatever you think good. As long as you don't create problems, go ahead, do. But remember, ultimately, you and others and everything are essentially the same. And that is what is meant by see thyself in your neighbor. Bible says so, is it not so? Love thy neighbor as thyself. What do you mean by neighbor? Should it be always a person? Huh? My immediate neighbor is these two cushions. Huh? Are they not my neighbor? Huh? I must love my neighbor. We always think in terms of the human beings. Huh? We forget the poor little things. And even as the person, my neighbor is my body. I am just living in here. I have to love my own body. I should not misuse it. I should not choke it with a lot of junk food. That's part of spirituality. So if we could remember this fundamental truth, the basic truth, then where is the need for any hatred, jealousy, divisions? I, me, you, yours, he, there. This is what you call it philosophy, or religion, or science, name it any way you want. This has to happen in our lives. This truth should be done. That we are one, or all are one. That all includes everything, without any limitations. And we take different forms. And we just have fun.
Following video from December 29, 1981, our Guru is speaking on the nature of reality. We have combined this with a talk of Sri Gurudev from June 17, 2000, when he's talking about Lord Shiva and explaining further about this wonderful holiday. Thank you. Please enjoy.
God can appear in any form you want. Strictly speaking, he has no form, no name. One of the Tamil saints sang the poetry. Oru namam oruruvam illarku ayirandirunamam baadi tellenangottamo. Let us clap our hands and jump with joy, calling God in 1,000 names because he has no name and no form. God, you have no name, no form, But we call you in thousands of names. So we have to have some name. Sometimes people ask, then he has no form and name, why can't we think of a God without form and name? Unfortunately, you cannot do that. You cannot think of something without a form. Here I give you an example. Sweet. What did you think of now? I simply said sweet. How many people thought of chocolate? See? I didn't ask you to think of chocolate. I asked you to think of sweet. You cannot. Beauty. You cannot think of beauty as it is without the connection of a form. As beautiful as a rose. As sweet as sugar. Abstract qualities cannot be perceived by the human mind without the connection of a form. Human mind is incapable of understanding, thinking anything without a form. That is the reason why form worship comes. Even the so-called religions, for example, Islamic religion, they don't believe in form. They don't have anything to worship. But they always pray facing the west. If you ask them, why are you facing west? That is where the Kaaba is. Our holy shrine is in the west. So, you don't believe in form. Why do you want a west, a shrine? That is what. We all have to have some form, to think of some abstract quality. That's the reason why Hindus have many, many gods, because people want to see God in different ways, with different qualities. Some say, oh, God is omnipresent. He is everywhere. So, God who is everywhere, how could that be? So imagine sky. What is the color of the sky? Blue. What is the color of the sea? Blue. Take a cup of water from the sea. Could you see the water blue? A cup of water is not blue, but it came from the same blue sea. You see? Sky, you call it blue, there's no blue color there. That means anything vast must assume the blue color. So they created a god with blue color, Vishnu. Named the blue color god as Vishnu. Even the name means Vyapak, omnipresent. Vishnu means everywhere. So everywhere God, blue color God, Vishnu. Another one says, God must be absolutely pure. Absolutely pure means it should be like ash. When you purify anything and everything, the best way to purify everything is to burn. The best form of purification, tapasya, to burn it. When you burn, it becomes ash. So, ash is pure. All the rubbish is gone. So a god must be ash colored. So they got Shiva, smeared with ash, holy ash, all over the body. Somebody said, oh, God must be all powerful. Shakti, Shakti. Then they created a woman. All powerful man? No. Look at that. Eh? They wanted an all powerful God, but not man. Poor man. A woman. And that too with 12 arms. And that too, nice weaponry in each arm. Just to depict she is the most powerful God. See, your imagination creates a form. So everything is fleeting. Nothing is permanent in this universe. It changes continuously. But know that all the forms are made of the same essence. If we could understand that essence, then our life makes sense. We won't get into this nonsense. White, black, Arabian, Jew, Hindu, Muslim, Spanish, American, this, that. How many divisions? In how many ways we separate ourselves? We do see the difference, yes. But is it necessary to emphasize the differences? Just the appearances? It may be good, and it is good in a way to have the differences. But without the knowledge of the basic oneness, the essential oneness, the differences would create problem. If we could keep the essential truth, the oneness in mind, and then function with the differences, we play games. We have fun. Is it understandable? That means we should have double vision. One, the essential reality. The other one, the superficial. You can call it nonsense. You can have fun with nonsense if you do not lose sight of the essence. If you miss the essence, then the nonsense really becomes nonsensical. It doesn't make any sense.